I love you. Good morning. Hello. Only six students present. What about Dorivaldo? Yesterday you present. Have you uploaded your answer scripts? Hello, Dorivaldo. Have you inserted your answer script in PDF format in the class notebook? No any response. Okay. Okay. So in the second unit, we already seen the last chapter. That is, what are all the converters? What are all the converters and inverters for the electric drive or hybrid electric drive we have used? We have identified three important such a power electronics configuration or power electronic circuits are very much important to have a efficient operation of any electrical vehicle. See, we already discussed about a converter. Suppose if you want to go for charging or if you want to go for any inside the electrical vehicle or hybrid electrical vehicle itself, there is a need of operating a DC motor. So if there is a need, how I can able to convert? Okay, so the required power AC to DC. Suppose I am producing using an inverter, I am producing AC. Then once again I am going for a DC motor control. Means there's a need of a converter, two-stage configuration, as well as the same concept can be used for charging the battery also, because whatever may be the connection throughout the world is an alternating current only. So when we are the vehicle is ideal, we used to charge the battery, especially the plug-in hybrid electrical vehicle (PHEV) is very famous configuration. That means whenever the vehicle is ideal, we have to charge the battery. So for this purpose, so AC to DC conversion is compulsory. So that part we already covered and over. Now, as a hybrid electrical vehicle or electrical vehicle, there is a two different way we can engage the motors for the power propulsion. One by the means of a DC motor. DC motor is also having a equally a considerable merit. Okay, then compared to the AC motors. So in practically also we are seeing that Nissan Leaf is using a DC motor. Okay, so which is occupying already I told 61% of the commercial market of electrical vehicle in India. So that case we have to provide a DC supply which is a variable DC. I cannot have a control over a power propulsion unit motor if I am having a fixed DC voltage alone. So if a fixed DC voltage alone automatically, so there is a need of speed control. There is a need of torque control. There is a need of direction control. There is a need of regenerative braking operation. So all these cannot be done with a fixed DC voltage supply. So I have to go for a variable DC voltage. That is, so DC itself should be capable of varying. So we have identified one such a circuit is chopper. Chopper. I already explained how the chopper is working and all. So it is in a brief advantage, brief introduction about that and advantages also. So it is in a static. Very first point is it is in a static device. There is no any physically operating. Okay, physically on and off like that. It is completely electronically only. It's controlled. Okay, so by means of a flow of electrons, whenever it is stopped. Okay, so using a barrier potential, so it will be stopped whenever we are triggering. Okay, automatically whenever it is forward bias, it start conducting. So all these are controlled electronically. So it is a static device. Very important cons. There is no any mechanical movement of the devices. It is a static device. Okay, so second important point, it is a device which controlled fixed DC to variable DC. Fixed DC to variable DC. So whatever, as I told, whenever you want to employ the concept of DC motor for the power proportion unit, I have to go for a voltage which is should be a variable one also. Okay, which should be the variable one also as far as the DC motor is concerned, because there is no any other means. So like AC motor, here there is no frequency. Frequency is zero because it is a direct current, no frequency. So automatically we have to depend on the voltage only. So there is a two means by that I can able to control the DC motor. Is one is called armature control and another one is called field control method. So we already know if this is a motor, okay, if this is a motor, so I may have a field which is a separately excited, which is a separately excited one. So automatically, if I don't want to control this voltage, I have to control the field. Okay, so automatically, if I'm controlling the field, there is a possibility of varying the speed. Or if I'm keeping the speed as a constant, that is field as a constant, if I'm varying the armature voltage, by that I can able to control the current, that is armature current. So if I'm able to control the armature current, definitely it will be associated with the torque producing and as well as the speed control. Okay, so there is a two means. So when we will prefer field control is whenever the speed of the machine required above rated speed. Above rated speed means suppose a DC machine designed and manufactured in such a way that it is okay, it is speed okay 1500 RPM. Okay, in specified means above 1500 RPM also it is possible to run the machine. Suppose if I'm weakening the field, okay, field weakening method, that's called field weakening method. If I weaken the field, automatically the speed of the machine can be improved, speed of the machine can be increased. So, and another way, so within the speed range, within the specific, okay, from 0 to, so say for example, 0 RPM to 1500 RPM, I want to control means I will have to go for armature control method, which is exclusively controlled by the voltage what we are applying. So if I am able to vary the voltage, if I am able to vary the voltage, that is a possible. So that is what we are saying, fixed DC to variable DC. So this here, instead of this shows, okay, so this source or this concept of variable DC is realized by means of choppers. So it is widely used in industries for motor control, especially DC motor control. Okay, so automatically it is also used in the switched mode power supply (SMBS). So SMBS concept also mainly working. So in all our household appliances, many things we have to use. We have to get a variable DC supply. So like AC, we cannot have a transformer. So DC cannot be very easily stepped up or stepped down. Okay, so we have to go for a specialized circuit for that. That is only chopper. So this chopper is also used in SMBS, switched mode power supplies. Okay, so what is the advantage? Is it offers a very greater efficiency. Okay, very quick response, fast response. There is no need of any maintenance or low maintenance. Very small in size and smooth control. These are all the advantages of converters. That is a choppers. So when we are having a DC as a input, and I want to have a variable DC, then I am going for a chopper circuit. Okay. So, in our case, we are very much interested in using this chopper, not as a SMBS. We are not going to have any power supply unit like that, but we are interested in using them as a source for the DC. Okay, DC drive, source for the DC drive. So when I am implementing DC mode, DC drive. Whenever I am saying DC drive, it doesn't means the DC motor alone. All the associated components. Okay, so including the load and also the sensing unit, controlling unit, how I can give the input. It is a combination. It's a combination of all the appliances and devices and circuitry arrangement which are arranged in the sequential manner to perform a fixed task. Okay, that is the purpose why we are going for a DC drive. So in this case, so whenever I'm implementing that, very often I have to go for, very well, I am in the first unit itself. We know what will be the uh, urban pattern, driving pattern. Okay, driving pattern of any vehicle in the urban and the rural things. So it will like this. Very often we have to go for a shutdown and we have to ideal. So it will like this. Okay, so these cases automatically it implies or indirectly it is conveying that I have to go for a highly variable DC voltage. So because whenever I'm just changing the speed with respect to time, so automatically speed is increasing, then it is decreasing, then it is coming down, it is zero. Okay, that means it may be an ideal stop where the signals and all. So it has to be ideal for some time. Then once again it is going very high. Okay, during the traffic congested area, it has to increase, it has to decrease. So the motor speed, it is in a very very highly dynamic behavior. So the motor performance should be very much dynamic behavior. So in order to get the dynamic behavior, we need a very reliable sources for that. That is only a chopper fed DC drives. Okay, so especially chopper is a high speed. We are using a very high speed on and off semiconductor switch. So that is why this switch is actually high speed on and off switch means it is not going to be a physically on and off. It is going to be electronically going to be on and off only. So automatically, whatever may be the source which is connected to that. Okay, so it is going to provide a fixed DC voltages. Output of the chopper, it will be going to be a variable DC. So whatever may be the voltage, from zero voltage to the rated. So suppose step up chopper, there's one kind of that. We can even, if I'm implementing, if I'm incorporating in a circuit arrangement, there is some capacitors and inductors are available that is considered as energy storing element, which can be boosted further. Okay, so whatever the input voltages can be boosted further. Okay, so and I can have a continuous conduction mode also. So this is a very big another one advantage of a chopper. Okay, so this is already no choppers are used to get variable DC to from a DC fixed voltage. Choppers are used to control both separately and excited and series circuits. So this means here it means suppose a field is separately excited. Okay, above the above the rated speed. Above the rated speed also I have to do means I have to control the separately excited circuits. So below that, if I want to control the speed of the motor within the rated speed, okay, that will be considered as a series circuit because I'm having a DC source. Okay, I'm having a DC source, so my motor is going to be in series with it. Okay, so automatically my motor is going to be having that. So if I'm using a variable DC, it will going to be series. So in both the cases, I can do it very effectively. Okay, this is what DC drive concept is implies. So if you see the specific advantages of using chopper circuit is ripple content. Ripple content in the output is very 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 small. Okay, so ripple content is in the sense it is suppose I am getting a DC. I am getting a DC. I am expected to get a DC like this. Okay, so if I'm having a DC, if I'm varying DC also, it has to be vary like this only. Okay, so it has to vary like this only. At no point of time, it is not going to be negative cycle. Okay, so in this, if I'm closely looking to, or if I'm magnifyingly looking to that a particular region as I circled here, okay, it will not be. It will be like small ripples. Okay, so that type of content, okay, it will be like a pure exactly only DC only. So ripple content in the output of the variable DC is very very small. Okay, and current drawn by the small chopper is smaller than the converters. So you may use converters also. You may use the converters also in order to get a DC output voltage. That also can be varied. Okay, that also can be varied if I'm varying the firing angle. If I'm varying the firing angle, we can vary. So as a non-electrical students, you have to understand one concept. In a converter, we are saying that firing angle. Whereas here in chopper, we are saying the duty ratio. Okay, duty ratio. Words are different, terminologies are different. In order to distinguish the process, okay, so there we are having a firing circuit. Firing angle means what? Exactly at what angle of the input sinusoidal voltage we are triggering the gate terminal. We are sending the gate pulses. That is called firing. Okay, actually here the firing angle in the sense terminology that is used to mention that only. Okay, but whereas here in chopper, okay, we are saying that it is purely in a cycle. Okay, on and off. So switch is on, switch is off. So considering that only we are taking it as a frequency. Okay, how much time it is on and off. So T on divided by T on plus T off, that will be equal to T, total T. Okay, so T on by T, it is going to be a duty ratio. Say for example, in the chopper, I am having T total time, which is how much time my device is on, how much time, 1 minute, I will change the color. Okay, and T off, T off. So automatically, so if I'm having a duty ratio D in the sense, what is the T on divided by T, total T. So here, compared to the converter arrangement, I am going to say this is my firing angle. That is called duty ratio. Duty ratio. How much time? So this on period can be varied. If I'm increasing the on period, automatically off period will be decreased. Okay, or if I'm increasing the off period, automatically on period. So as a result of that, the device engaged in the duty. Okay, device engaged, on and off device engaged in the circuit. Okay, it is called duty. So that is why it is called duty ratio. Duty ratio. Okay, so we used to D or use sometimes lambda. So many symbols are used. Okay, but basic thing you have to understand. So in converter, we are saying it as a firing angle. Okay, because exactly suppose if I'm having a sinusoidal supply like this, okay, so at what angle I'm suppose here I'm 30 degree, I'm giving the alpha 30 degree means exactly at 30 degree I'm giving triggering signal to the gate of the particular devices. But here how much time it is on compared to the total period, that only we are taken to the chopper. That is why it is called a duty ratio. So we are using a different terminology, so you should be able to distinguish that. Okay, why we are using like that, I explained. And apart from that, peak and average, RMS and average current ratios are very, very small. So I need not to, there is no any much difference like converters. Converter, if you see peak and average, RMS and average current, they are very high, but whereas here it is very, very small. And chopper is supplied from a constant DC voltage using batteries. So this is a very important concept because I need a fixed DC voltage. Fixed DC to variable DC only is the main purpose of going for chopper. So if you want to have a fixed DC voltage, I have to use a batteries. So this feature makes chopper very much suitable for the hybrid electrical vehicle and electrical vehicle. Okay, so because very basic concept of chopper is fixed DC to variable DC. So if you see battery terminals, so even the battery is about to die, okay, about to completely depletion of the charges. So it can show a very small variation from the voltage only. Suppose if it is a 12-volt battery, if you are taking a 12-volt battery, so almost no charges are available. Okay, so almost all the things are depleted or discharged, completely discharged means the battery can read up to 11 voltage, 10.8, 11 voltage. 12-volt battery, only 1.2 or 1.3 voltage only may be reduced. So it about to full charge means it shows 12 voltage. So this is the very important feature of battery that facilitates chopper can be implemented in the hybrid and electrical vehicle applications. And this is a chopper circuit. Okay, so simple and can be modified provide. It is a regeneration also is possible. So if I'm using a class E chopper, already we have seen, so class A, B, C, D, E like that. If I'm using a class E operation, that facilitates a complete four quadrant operation of any electrical motor. So if a four quadrant operation is possible in electrical motor, that means forward motoring, reverse motoring, forward braking, reverse braking also is possible. During the braking, I can able to fed back the power to source. So that is called regeneration. Otherwise, it will be normally called braking only. So if there is a provision is made in such a way that instead of wasting the power, okay, instead of wasting the braking power, okay, if we are able to recover it back and fed back to source, it is called regeneration. Regeneration. Regenerative braking. Okay. At this point, I want to have any clarification. Any clarification is there? Is there any clarification regarding chopper? Basic concept. Am I audible? Are you all listening? Hello? What about Pratyush? Pratyush, are you listening? Hello?
Sir, hello. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, tell me.
You are audible, sir.
Audible. Okay. Okay. Is there any clarification? If,
No, sir.
if no, we'll go to further. Okay. So next, as we have discussed earlier, we are going to see the class E chopper. This is a class E chopper. So here, this is a circuitry configuration of class E chopper. So this is the source voltage. Okay. This is the source voltage. Okay. I am having a chopper 1, chopper 2, chopper 3, chopper 4. It is nothing but a switch. Chopper 1 and 2, 3, 4 is nothing but it is a switch. But it is an electronic switch, static device. When you are seeing from outside, it will be a small one component. Okay, so only will be connected. So electronically only it is going to make on and off. Okay, so why this is made as chopper 1, this is made as chopper 2, this is made as chopper 3, chopper 4 is, so chopper 1 is going to have a first quadrant operation. Chopper 2, okay, it's going to be for the second quadrant. Chopper 3 is going to be for the third quadrant operation. Chopper 4 is going to be the fourth quadrant operation. Here I have connected equivalent circuit of my motor. Here it is my DC motor. If you see LE, LE. Okay, so this is back EMF. This is back EMF. This is the inductance of the armature coil. Inductance of the armature coil. So automatically here only my motor terminal will be there. Motor terminal. Okay, positive terminal and as well as negative terminal. Okay, so during any forward motoring operation, okay, in this only a current will be flowing, I naught will be flowing. So automatically when forward braking occur, so voltage will be same, but whereas current will be in the reverse direction. These are all the basic concept you already know. Okay, so automatically as a multiplication, power is negative. So that means uh, the motor is acting as a generator. So automatically it fed back the power to the source. Okay, it is called regeneration. Likewise, reverse motoring. During the reverse motoring, this will be acting in a this will be a negative terminal, this will be a positive terminal. Okay, automatically current will be flowing in this direction during the reverse motoring. Okay, so same thing, voltage will not be same if current is reversed. If current is reversed, that is reverse braking. Okay, so four quadrant operation. What is the first quadrant operation? Is first quadrant is motoring, forward motoring. Second quadrant is uh, braking, forward braking. Third quadrant is reverse. Okay, and fourth is uh, reverse braking. Okay, so this is the concept. This is the concept. We are going to see. Okay, all these four modes, what happened and etc. Okay, so why I have made this is CH1. This is called CH1 is nothing but chopper one, chopper two, chopper three, and chopper four. Okay, these are all the devices. So across the devices, I have connected for chopper one diode is connected, that is called D1, and another one diode across the chopper 2 is connected. Parallel to that, it is D2. Parallel to chopper 3, I have connected another one diode. Okay, that is D3. So parallel to chopper 4, I have connected another one diode, that is D4. Okay, so whenever the transition from one quadrant operation to another quadrant operation, so these devices will be forward bias. These are all going to taken care about the continuous current. Okay, current in the same direction when there is a quadrant operation changes place. Okay, so I think now you can understand. So this is a source voltage. So automatically here this point. Okay, here I have mentioned no, this point and this point. Yeah, I am going to have a variable DC. Variable DC. Based on the duty ratio, if I'm changed that, okay, based on that, so I can able to provide from zero voltage to even more than the source also is provided. So how I am able to do that means by means of a stored energy in inductance and all, I can able to do that. Okay, so this is the normal operation. We will see. Okay, so this is what I explained. Okay, so here same concept, same circuit. Okay, I have minimized that. Okay, minimized that. So first quadrant operation in this sense is I am going to use forward motoring. Forward motoring. Second quadrant is forward regeneration or forward braking. So if regeneration is braking, so these two are same word as far as the chopper drive is concerned. Braking. So automatically what will happen? See, if I am allowing the motor without having any input supply, that is supply is not given. Instead of that, so whatever the moment of inertia, due to the moment of inertia, it is continuously rotating. So that power I am taking and making it the particular motor as a generator and taking the power means automatically it's regeneration. Because there is no any provision for continuously maintaining the speed, automatically the speed of the motor will be drastically come down. Okay, so that is why it is called forward braking. So forward regeneration, forward braking are one and the same. Likewise, reverse regeneration and reverse braking are one and the same. Okay, so you should not confuse. So if you want, So regeneration means I can able to fed back to source. So this is if I'm assuming this as a battery, this is a battery. Okay, so I can say that the whatever is the power, okay, instead of wasting here in a motor when we are braking operation, it can be fed back to source. If it is an ordinary DC supply, only terminals supply means it cannot be. Okay, so automatically it is only decelerating, but power cannot be fed back to source. So if I'm using a battery, so this is a very big advantages, and very much this feature is only facilitate the particular circuitry configuration, very much suitable for the hybrid electrical vehicle and as well as electrical vehicle configuration. Okay, so here forward motoring, forward regeneration or forward braking, reverse motoring, reverse regeneration or reverse braking. So these are all the four quadrant operation. So during the first forward motoring operation, what is going to happen is here very easily we are going to see elaborately how it is. This is the concept only you have to remember. Okay, because you are all many of you non-electrical background, almost all the branches. Okay, all the five. Maybe you studied electrical and machines and all, but you may not studied in depthly all the power electronic converters. That's the reason why I have given extract or just an extract for forward. So during the forward motoring operation, so T1 and T4 will be conducting. T1 and T4 will be conducting. Power flows from Vs plus. Vs plus. This is plus. So lengthy line, small line is negative. Power flows from Vs plus T1, then to motor T4. Okay, then return to negative. So both current IA and VA are positive. If both are positive, it is said to be first quadrant operation. Okay. So these T3 and T4, T3 and T2, okay, they will be turned off. Okay, they will not be given any signal, triggering signal. So because of that, they all returned. This only will be given triggering signal. Okay. Automatically, this is a route in which current is flowing. Okay, so in this case, if I'm seeing that both current and voltage are positive. Next, we will see second quadrant. During second quadrant operation, T2 is off. T2 will be off. Okay, automatically this and diode T2 is forward bias. D2 no, this will be forward bias. Okay, so as far as our case is concerned, so it is D1. Okay, the parallel diode which is connected to the switch parallelly to the first switch will be on. Will be on. Okay, will be forward bias. Because of that, current is now flowing through this one. Okay, and going through D3 also. Current flows through D3. Now, once again, if you see, once again, if you see that the current will be in the negative direction, opposite direction it will go because of the energy stored in the inductor. So in the DC motor, how the inductance concept is coming, if a variable DC comes, automatically current also will be varying. Current also will be varying. Okay, will not be same. So when the di by dt concept comes, automatically it will be energy stored. Okay, so now even though this is switched off, that is facilitating. Okay, so now current is negative. So current is flows in opposite direction. This is called forward regeneration. That is in the quadrant 2. Voltage is positive, current is negative, opposite direction. As a result of that, power negative. So here the negative minus symbol represents instead of taking power, it is delivering power to the source. Okay. So next, reverse. During the reverse motoring operation, I want to operate the motor in a reverse direction. Means I have to trigger. I have to give the duty ratio to T3 and T2. These two these two devices has to be engaged. Automatically, what will happen is T3. So current flow from VDC, okay, and T3 here. Then it then it is come. So here from VDC to it is go to the T3 device. From T3 device it is comes to load. From load it is comes to T2. Now it the circuit is closed. Okay, but because of this opposite direction, it is called reverse motoring. Now here positive plus and here minus. Earlier here plus minus reverse motoring operation. So I am providing the supply. Reverse the power supply. If I reverse the power supply, automatically motor also will be reversed. Okay, so automatically this is facilitating the reverse motoring operation. So here current both IA and VA we are negative. Okay, that is why it is in the third quadrant. If you see the third quadrant, okay, this also axis also will be negative, this also axis also will be. This is nothing but voltage and current. Both are negative. That is why third quadrant operation. So which facilitates the reverse motoring operation. So here T3 to T2 on, T3 and T2 on. Okay. So now if the same quadrant I want to break the operation. If I want to break the operation, what I have to do? I have to make the voltage as a negative, but whereas current as a positive. Okay, so current instead of from this point to here, I have to make the current from this point to here. Okay, that is called reverse regeneration. Reverse regeneration. That is what now happening here. Current you see, current is going this direction, but voltage is supplied from this direction. So voltage is okay, voltage is negative, current is positive. Okay, so how instead of this one, I am just making D1, D1 turned on, D1 turned on. Okay, so if I am did like this, okay, this what is a parallel diode for the T3, what is a parallel diode for T2? If both will be forward bias, automatically current will be because of the energy stored here, current will be going in the opposite direction. So as a result of that, my battery is getting charged. As a result of that, my battery is getting charged. Since it is charged, that is why it is called regeneration. If a source is supply and this load is especially motor is acting, okay, and producing the required power proportion, it is called reverse motoring. Why it is called reverse motoring? I am reverse the power supply. Where I have to give positive, I am given negative supply. Where I have to give negative, I have to give positive supply. Because of that reason, my motor is in reverse. In the same direction, I can able to reverse. I can able to reverse the power flow. That is nothing but regeneration. So if you see that voltage is negative, voltage is negative. Okay, the straight line, y-axis. Okay, voltage is negative, but whereas current is positive, x-axis. Current is positive. So that facilitate the operation in the fourth quadrant. That is why it's called fourth quadrant operation. Okay. So you can able to see. Okay. So this is a class E chopper exclusively designed for all four quadrant operation. So because I am using a battery and this is can be for both forward and reverse. So whenever I'm using an electrical vehicle, hybrid vehicle, what will happen? I have to very often so like forward in our conventional car using an internal combustion engine. So there will be a reverse also, reversible mode also is there. So these both the cases possible. Okay, so in both forward also we are doing a braking. Okay, in internal combustion engine vehicle, if you see the driving pattern, okay, so very often we have to go for braking, and very often we have to slow down. Okay, so that is decelerate. So very often it will be 90. If you see the complete pattern, what I have explained in the CO1, you can able to little bit understand. You have to correlate. You have to correlate this one to driving pattern of the vehicle. Okay, so if you have done that, so automatically this is facilitating the four quadrant operation. This chopper, class E chopper, it is called multi-quadrant chopper, facilitating the four quadrant operation. That is one forward motoring and reverse motoring. That is third quadrant. Okay, these two are very important. During the forward motoring, I can able to braking, forward braking or forward regeneration. Likewise, in the reverse motoring also, reverse braking is possible. If I'm able to doing the reverse braking, if I'm able to fed back the source, okay, fed back the power to source, that is called reverse regeneration. So we are going for a detailed explanation also. So when you are writing or when you are remembering, these these points are 4 points for each quadrant operation is very much important. That's a reason why I projected this one. Any classification? There is any clarification? Any doubt? You can feel free to ask. Is there any clarification? Shall we proceed with the explanation? Now, okay. Now, very detailedly, we are going to see. So, during the first quadrant operation, this is the way. Okay, I am going to give the output voltage to the motor. The here L and D is nothing but equivalent circuit of a DC motor. E is nothing but back EMF. So automatically I am giving this voltage plus minus V naught, I naught is flowing. So because both are in the positive direction, the four quadrant operation. Okay, in the four quadrant multi quadrant chopper, the operation is in the first quadrant. Okay, so during the first quadrant operation, chopper 4, okay, this is kept on. Chopper 4 is kept on. Okay, and chopper 3 kept off. Chopper 1 is operated. So when this one is operating with the frequency on and off, this will be completely on. This will be completely on. Okay, so this only is going to be, I'm going to vary the duty ratio on and off. So what will happen? I'm going to give the volt. Because of that, my IS will be start flowing through chopper 1, L, EB, CH4 and negative. So it will be closed loop. So there is a closed loop path available for current. Automatically, chopper 2 and chopper 3 will not be operating. Okay. So when both the chopper 1 and chopper 4 are on simultaneously, the load gets directly connected to source and hence the output voltage become equal to the source voltage. So because I'm connected chopper 1 and chopper 4, okay, whatever is the source voltage here, whatever is the source voltage here, that is only going to be appear across the voltage. So here V naught is equal to Vs. V naught is equal to Vs. That is the reason why very small ripple, very small. So the source voltage is going to appear across the V naught. Okay. So simultaneously. This essentially means V naught is equal to Vs. It may be noted that load current flows from the load. So it is in the direction I naught. This is the direction. This is the direction it is going. That is the reason why we already know that is the reason why it is called first quadrant. So when the chopper 1 is switched off, the load current, okay, freewheels diodes through chopper 4 and D2. So whenever I am switch off this chopper 1, because of the energy stored here, that will make forward bias of this D1. That will make forward bias of the D1. So now I am switch off. Okay, so because here now energy is stored. Okay, so here what will happen? Here VL will be there. VL is nothing but the voltage across the inductor. Here will be energy will be stored. This will make the forward bias of this. So automatically what will happen? This will conduct. Okay, this will conduct. This will take positive supply here D1 through load LE and chopper 4. So even though I am switched off chopper 1, it is going. But since it is applied the voltage plus minus, okay, the current will be going in this direction only. So automatically current direction will be in the reverse. When CH1 is switched off, the load current freewheels through CH4D2. During this period, the voltage and current remains positive. The output voltage Vs and load current I are positive, hence the operation of chopper is in first quadrant. Okay, so automatically when this direction of the current will be changing, if I am engaging this chopper CH3 and CH2, if I'm engaging these two only, it will be in the opposite direction. Until that, it will remain same. So this is what happening when the chopper. So this is the first quadrant operation. During the first quadrant operation, I think you can able to see from source, it is going to chopper one, it is going to motor, that is a load. Then through chopper two, circuit is closed. Circuit is closed. Okay. So automatically here it is closed. Okay. So during the second quadrant, what is happening? I am just switch chopper, switch off the chopper. Because of that, okay, the diode is getting forward bias. Diode is getting forward bias. You see the potential now plus minus. Okay, V naught here it is changed as minus plus. Okay, because of that, current is flowing this direction. Current is flowing in this direction. Okay, but whereas output voltages remain same. Okay, so voltage direction, voltage direction remains same. Current is changed. Current is changed. So because of that, current is going in opposite direction. Whereas here, current is going in this direction. So if you see both the cases, voltage are positive, but current become negative. This facilitates the second quadrant operation. This is what we are going to this first quadrant until this first quadrant, second quadrant operation. So to attain the second quadrant operation, CH2 is operated while keeping the CH1, CH3, CH4 is off. When CH2 is on, okay, the DC source in the load drives the current through CH4 D4 EL. I have explained. Okay, so inductor L stores energy during the on period of CH2. When the CH2 is off, okay, automatically the current fed back to the source D1, D4. So it will be noted that it will be in opposite direction. Okay, so it will be in the opposite direction. That facilitates the second quadrant operation. That facilitates the. So if you see both D1 and D2 on. So whether CH1 and CH2, it is facilitating first quadrant. D1, when the D1, CH1 is off and D1 is present, there also first quadrant. So in case of both D2 also, CH2 also off and D2 is on, because of the energy stored here, it start, okay, it start pump the current in the opposite direction because energy is stored. So because in order to discharge, in order to dissipate the energy, it is stored in the opposite direction. So automatically current direction is changed. So that is when we facilitate the second quadrant operation. Okay, as load voltage V naught is positive, the I naught is negative. So that is output current. Output current I naught is negative. So if current is negative, that will be coming to the. So if current is negative and voltage is positive, if you multiply that, it is a negative power. So power negative means in the case it doesn't mean that it is a negative power. The direction of the power flow is changed. Here power with the symbol implies the direction only. If I'm positive, usually we won't put P. That means power from source to load. So we won't normally put plus P. P only we'll put. That is implies power flow from source to load. So but when voltage is positive and current is negative means negative power. So negative power means now power is flow from load to source. That is the reason why it is called regeneration also. Okay, forward regeneration. Motor is rotating in the same direction, forward direction only, but current takes the reverse direction. Because of that, it is acting as a generator. So my battery will be getting charged. My battery will be getting charged. Charging here it is discharging. Battery is discharging. During the second quadrant, it is charging. Okay. Same case when you're going for third quadrant, opposite to that of that. Okay. CH1, okay, is kept off for third quadrant operation. CH2 is kept on. CH3 is operated. So when CH3 on, load gets connected to source and load. Okay. So if you see the diagram, You can very well understand that. So here I am connecting. Okay, I am connecting current flow through the CH3, okay, and CH4, CH3 and CH4. That is chopper 3 and 4. Okay, see, it is going to be in the direction, in this direction. Current is going in this direction. Current is going in this direction. So if you see that current is opposite direction. Likewise, whenever it is going, voltage also here instead of if earlier from this point to F to load, now it is from G to F. So because of that, this is become positive and this is become negative. It is said to be negative voltage. Current also flows in the negative direction. So since it's both is opposite to the first quadrant operation, this is in the third quadrant operation. Both are negative because I am taking the first quadrant as a reference. Here I am taking the first quadrant as a reference. So earlier first quadrant means here it will comes. So compared to this is completely negative, opposite. Here both are positive. So because of that, current is going in the opposite direction. That lead to the third quadrant operation. What will happen is reverse motoring. Reverse motoring. Okay, so exactly I am giving a in opposite direction supply voltage, motor will be reversed. So in the same case, if I'm making both the diode across the chopper 3 and chopper 4 on, automatically what will happen? Okay, because of the forward bias of this diode, even though I'm switched off this one, energy will be dissipated. Whatever the stored energy in the inductor of the motor, okay, will be dissipated. That is taking opposite direction. So immediately it will take the current direction opposite, but voltage still become negative only. So automatically it will switch to fourth quadrant. It will switch to fourth quadrant operation. So now as a result of that, minus P will come because my voltage is negative, current is positive. Current is positive. In this case also minus P will occur. Minus P is doesn't mean that so in negative power flow of direction, current power flow direction is changed. Power flow direction, that is from the load to source it is going. Okay, if you see here also current is going. In the earlier case also current is going. So charging, if you see the charging status of the battery, in both the cases current is entering. Okay, so here it is similar, charging, and here it is discharging. Okay, this is how the motor operation is taken place. Okay, fourth quadrant operation also, that is what we have explained. Okay, both cases diodes are on, D3 and D4 on, it will be going like this. In a nutshell, in a nutshell, if you want to remember, if you want to remember in a nutshell, this figure will be okay, very much helpful. Complete all four quadrant operation. It is given. It may be like a summarization in a nutshell. So first quadrant, CH1 operated, CH1, CH4 on. Okay, this will be on, but it will be only operated. Operated in the sense the duty ratio of the chopper only be changed, but here it will be on. So when the CH1 off, then CH4 D2 conducts. Until that, it will be in first quadrant. Okay, when the D2 conducts, automatically what will happen? So when D1, D4 start conducting means it will enter into second quadrant operation. So why it so means because of the stored energy in the inductor. When the CH2 off, automatically what will happen? D1, D4 conducts. Okay, so that is in second quadrant. So third quadrant operation. Okay, CH3 is operated. Okay, but CH3, CH2 on. Okay, when the D4 conducts, CH3 off, D4 conducts, power is reversed, voltage is reversed. Okay, voltage is reversed. Because of that it is going in a sorry, current is reversed. Current and voltage is reversed. So both the cases, I naught also minus, V naught also minus. So it will be in the reverse motoring operation. So fourth quadrant operation here is current is positive, but voltage is still negative. So in a nutshell, if you want to remember, you can explain like this. Okay. So any clarification? Any clarification? to this point, Chopper? Hello? Hello? No clarification, huh?
No, sir.
So some of you not written, I think more than 6-7 people, they have not written first test. What's the idea? Only one person got permission, injured in finger like that, he told, send some messages. What about others? Earlier also I asked, Dorivaldo, have you submitted your paper? Have you uploaded your paper? PDF copy? Dorivaldo?